All right, how are we doing today, everybody? Doing good? Glad to hear it. So, my name is Scientist Ben, and today we're talking about chemical reactions. Have you ever heard that before? Chemical or the word reactions? Does that ring a bell a little bit? Yeah? Okay. Can anyone think of anything where they might have heard that before, or like what comes to mind? Chemical reactions. Diet Coke? I do have some Diet Coke, which we'll get to in just a little bit. That does have something to do with a chemical reaction. It is right there. What else? Anything we can think about chemical reactions? Anything? Something combining? Well, we've got 3 different activities that I can show you about chemical reactions. First one. So, this is a little container, right? And there's a liquid, right? At the bottom here. Can we see a liquid? It's not water, though. This, it's called vinegar. This is called vinegar. Now, what is at the top of this? Have you seen one of these before? A balloon. Very good. Yes. This is a balloon. It's going to look like a potion, but I'm not making a potion. That would be really cool, though. I'm not that powerful. So, I have the balloon, and I have vinegar, right? But there's something else in here. There's something in the balloon. It's called baking soda. And baking soda is a very common household thing. We use it for all kinds of stuff, from cleaning, all kinds of things. It's gonna float up? Ooh, so that's what we're gonna get to. I'm going to flip this balloon and let the baking soda actually drop into this container. What do we think is gonna happen? Do we think the balloon will pop? The balloon will float up, you said? What do you think?
I think it's gonna
Bubble up, okay. It's gonna go into this, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna go into it. What do we think? Any other guesses what's gonna happen? What do we think? The balloon might blow up? What if nothing happens? It's just like, anything could happen, right? So let's test it out. I am going to flip the balloon. There goes all the baking soda. And what's happening? What is occurring right before our eyes? What just happened? Somebody, shout it at me. What just happened? It got bigger, right? It inflated. This is because of a chemical reaction, okay? So, what happened basically is we mixed the baking soda with the vinegar, and that mixture, that reaction, created something new. And it was a gas. So it came in the form of a gas called carbon dioxide, and it filled the balloon. Okay, so that's what happened. That's why we have this balloon all inflated now. So it's nice to use the balloon because we can see the gas actually expanding, right? But what if we tried to stop a gas from expanding? What do we think would happen if we tried to stop a gas from expanding? Any guesses? What do we think? Would something like blow up? Would it just kind of give, would the gas just kind of give up? What do we think? Any guesses? Any guesses? All right, well, let's see. For this one, I do need 3 brave scientist volunteers. Who can help me out? Would anyone like to? Okay. 1, 2, come on down, and 3 in the back there. Yes, come on down. Come on down. I'm gonna need your all's help. That's okay, they can just kind of, Come on down, my friends. All right. Come on down. Okay. Can we all give a big round of applause for my scientist friends here real quick? There we go. Okay. My scientist friends, can you come over here for me? All right. I've got some instructions, okay? So, what is this? What's this liquid in here? Water. Yeah. We see water all the time, right? Not very special, okay? And it's in this little glass container, okay? Now, I do have something that's kind of cool. What does this look like? What do you think? Mento? It does look like a Mento, doesn't it? I do have Mentos, though, and we'll get to these in just a second. What do you think? What do you think it looks like? Do you think it's like a medicine or something? Maybe? Okay, yeah, it is. It's a tablet. So this is alka-seltzer. Has anyone ever heard that before? Alka-seltzer? It's something that Scientist Ben takes. You've heard of it? Cool. Scientist Ben takes a lot of alka-seltzer when I eat too much fast food because it helps settle my stomach, right? So we plop this in water and it fizzes up. It creates another chemical reaction. And then we drink the water that it fizzed up in, and it makes our stomach feel nice and better, okay? But we're gonna actually make rockets with water and alka-seltzer. Should we do that? Does that sound good? Okay, let's do it. All right. So here's my instructions, my friend. Come on over here, my friends. Here's our instructions. Okay, so I'm gonna pour just a little bit of water into each of these. These are called film canisters. Now, we used to actually have hard physical film. Now we have digital cameras, so these we don't really use much, except for making alka-seltzer rockets, basically. But we're gonna fill these with a little bit of water, okay? Each one. So I've got 3 right here, okay? 1, 2, and 3. Perfect, maybe a little too much. We only need a tad bit of water. Okay, now I have different measurements of alka-seltzer. This is a what? Not a full one, it's a half, yes. This is a half of an alka-seltzer tablet. So I've got a half, 1, right? And then 2, okay? We're gonna see, does 1, 2, or half have a bigger explosion with the rocket? Does that sound good? Okay, so my friends, what I need from you is I need you to be my half tablet, okay? I need you to be my 1 tablet, and can you do the 2 tablets for me? So here's what we'll do. Here, I'll bring them over here to you guys. So I'm gonna move this over here. What we'll do is you'll take your tablet and just hold it there for now. Very good, there's yours. Very good, and here's the 2. Okay, now, we're gonna start off with the half one. So my friend, can you plop that in there? Perfect, all right. We're on the clock. And if you guys can take a big step back for me, and we're gonna see what happens. So, I've got the alka-seltzer rocket. I've got it made. I've got the alka-seltzer in there. It's combining with the water. There we go. Woo! That's a good one. All right, you can come on back. All right, who's got the whole one? You've got the whole one, right? Let's do the whole one. All right, now remember, as soon as we're done, just 1 big step back, okay? Sound good? Cool. All right, who thinks the whole one will be a bigger explosion? Okay, we got a couple hands. All right, 3, actually, you get to do it, I forgot. My bad. I got excited. There we go, big step back. Ooh, there we go. It's sealed. I see stuff happening. Can anyone see anything happening there? Woo! That might be the highest alka-seltzer rocket I've seen yet. Let's see if the 2 we have left can beat it. What's that? Oh, could you? That would be great. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, my friend. All right, we've got 2. Do we want to try and beat that height? Think we can do it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, all right, I like it.
We could get up to the 3rd.
The 3rd floor? Wow, that would be super high, man. I don't even know how high up that is. That's really high up, though. Okay, you ready, my friend? Okay, drop it on in. Big step back. And it is ready. Ooh, I'm excited. That last one was pretty cool. I think, there we go. Woo! Wow. All right, can I get a big round of applause for my scientist friends again? You guys were awesome. High fives for everybody. You guys were awesome. You're gonna break my hand. All right, if you guys can go on back up there, thank you, great job, guys. That was awesome. So, what happened again? We had another chemical reaction, right? The alka-seltzer and the water mixed, they created carbon dioxide. Now, when we saw with the balloon could expand, right? It could take that gas a little bit and stretch it. The alka-seltzer tablets and those film canisters, we shut the door. We put the lid down on the expansion and said, no more expansion, but gas keeps wanting to fill whatever it's in. So finally, it's like, I'm going through. And that's what happened. That's how we can make alka-seltzer rockets. And by far, those are the highest alka-seltzer rockets I've ever done. That was awesome. Now, I have something really, really cool. This is probably my favorite part. What are that and these 2 things over here? What are those? What do they look like? Have you ever had them before? Yes. What are they? Coke? Yes. They are actually Diet Coke, because, little secret, Diet Coke works even better for this. So I have 3 2-liter of Diet Cola, okay? And as I mentioned earlier, I also have Mentos, right? Has anyone ever heard of Mentos before? Yeah? It's gum, right? It's pretty good. Yeah, it's refreshing. So, we have 3 droppers of Mentos and 3 2-liters. Now, here is the difference. With all these 2-liters, there's a difference in temperature, okay? And I have a really cool laser thermometer that can tell us what the temperature is, okay? So, the first one is a cold one. I put this in the freezer for about an hour, so let's see. It might have warmed up by now, but we'll check. It's about 61, 62 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's just a little cool. Now we'll check over here. I also have a really hot one that I put in a boiling water pitcher, so it should be pretty warm. And then I have just a regular room temperature one, okay? So it's just kind of like regular temperature, what we're feeling now, basically. Now this is the hot one. What do you think it is? How hot do we think it is? Shout it at me. Shout it at me. 100? Maybe? Maybe more? What do you think? Raise your hand for 100. Okay. Raise your hand for 150. Ooh, okay. It is at 115.5 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 115 degrees Fahrenheit. That's really, really hot. Really hot. Now, the room temperature, 72.5 degrees Fahrenheit. So just kind of average. Okay, now we're gonna start off with the cold one, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our Mentos over here, and we are going to take the cap off our 2-liter. And then we're gonna screw on our little dropper here, right? Okay. Who thinks that the cold Coke will have a big explosion? Who thinks? Raise your hand for cold Coke. Okay, got a couple, all right. You think we're ready? Yeah? Okay, can I get a countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Pretty good, right? Pretty good. I'd say that was a pretty decent explosion. Now, we still have the room temperature next, right? Who thinks room temperature will be the biggest explosion of today? Okay, who thinks it'll be bigger than the cold Coke? Raise your hand. Okay, I see. Okay. So, we'll get more Mentos, come over here, and test out room temperature. So just try and remember how high the cold Coke was, because we're gonna compare all 3. All right. Room temperature. Can I get a countdown again from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Much better, I would say, right? A bigger explosion? Okay. What's the last 2-liter I have? What temperature is it? Which one was, do you remember? Is it hot? Yeah, it's the really, really hot one. Let's take another temperature reading just because. Still, oh, okay. 112 now, so it cooled down just a little bit, but still really, really hot. So we'll put this over here. There we go. And let's get our Mentos, because this is our final Coke and Mentos explosion. Who thinks this will be the biggest explosion out of all of them? Okay, what do we think up there? Biggest explosion? Okay. Let's see. Oh, it is toasty. Would anyone drink warm Coke? I wouldn't. That'd be kind of nasty. You would? Oh man. To each his own. All right, let's try it out. All right, countdown from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Wow, that was pretty high. Was that like second floor high? Even above second floor? Sweet, that was pretty good. And you saw as soon as I dropped them, it was ready to go. So, I can talk a little bit about what just happened, right? So we dropped the Mentos in. Now, when you look at a Mento, right, it looks kind of smooth to you, right? Really smooth surface. Wow, actually, this even surprised me. If we looked at a Mento with a microscope, a really strong microscope, we would see it has little divots. And we call those, in science, nucleation sites. So the nucleation site is where the sugar reaches the Mento, and basically it just activates all the sugar and it gets all riled up and just the energy explodes. Now, why do we think the warm Coke was better than the cold in the room temperature? Do we have any theories? Any guesses? What do we think? Yes, back there. What do we think? Why would warm or hot Coke? Do you think it? Yes, right there. What's that?
It makes people warm.
Yeah, it definitely has to do with the temperature, with the warm Coke, yeah. Any other guesses we can think of? What do we think? Right there. What do we think? Do we think it might have something to do with energy? Energy? Okay, so when it's cold outside, really cold outside, are you more likely to play in that or more likely to play in nice warmer weather? What do you think? Warmer weather? Yeah, okay. So there's these things called molecules. And molecules, when it's warmer, they bounce all around. But when it's cold, they kind of bunch up, and that's when we see frozen liquid. It's because all the molecules have bunched up and they're not moving anymore. But when it's warm, they're bouncing around like a pinball machine. So that's what we saw here. Lots of warm molecules, bigger explosion because there's more energy. They're bouncing around more. That's what happened. So, thank you very much. I've been Scientist Ben here at the 1230 Coke and Mentos demonstration. You all have been an excellent audience. Have a wonderful day.